early in the morning, guys, but I wanted to give you a quick update on expectations for the upcoming speech. So let's go to that. First speech for us will be a how-to speech. How-to speech is also an informative speech where you'll teach us about something. First class, it's coming up. You don't need to bring anything. I'll explain all of this to you, but don't bring anything. But just come. Another thing I'd like to ask is. We haven't met yet, and I know that's, it's a different type of class for some of you guys, but really would appreciate it if any of you have any questions to avoid asking everybody else except me. I'm the teacher, and it would be great if you guys would direct all questions initially to me, so that way I can help you. Because Fred, Sam, Ralph, Bob, and Billy Bob can't help you. I can help you. So let's try to avoid asking everybody on the planet except me. So come to me, and that way we'll be on a good. We'll work together through this, and I'll remind you when I see you on next week about this. First speech, how-to speech. If you Google that you'll find out what that is, and that'll be worth about 200 points. That'll be where I want you to teach me about something. I will need an outline. You don't need to dress up, but that's what that expectation are. So your rubrics, you'll be focused on. I'll need a visual aid to explain how to do it. I'll also want you to examine and look in your book about informative speeches and make sure that you're sort of following a successful way for an informative speech. An informative speech tends to be 3 to 5 main points. Ask yourself, what makes an apple a great breakfast treat? It's green, it's healthy, and it tastes good. So, and you can do different things like that, but 3 to 5 main points on that. That'll help you with that. Your other next speech, it's what I call a who you're going to vote for speech. As we used to say, ask your parents, who you're going to call? Ghostbusters. Can't hear you. All right. With that, I don't care who you vote for, but you'll need to produce a 10-slide PowerPoint. Plus, you'll need to record yourself. Well, it's not going to look pretty. It's early in the morning for me, and I understand everybody doesn't look pretty, but make sure that you record yourself to go along with the PowerPoint. Some of you may not have had PowerPoint yet, and that's okay if you have not. But I'll need you to at least try to finagle your way through a PowerPoint to try to make it good. I've got some examples of some of the different candidates who are running for office in Washington. Once again, I don't care who you vote for, but I picked out the ones that I could find, and there are more. You can kind of focus on that. And when I see you on Monday, next week, I'll try to give you all sorts of literature. So if you want to try to actually, approach some of them, you can. It would be great if you do. Once again, for that speech, informative speech, well, no, it's a little more persuasive speech. It's informative and persuasive. You probably will have 3 to 5 main points. You'll take a couple points to explain who the candidate is. You'll take a couple points to explain maybe on why you support this candidate. It might be because the candidate would be great in recruiting jobs. A lot of you guys are young, but one of the biggest challenges in Beaufort County is economic development. How do you get jobs? Then you could ask, well, how's the candidate going to make schools better? Are they going to invest more in, or some people are homeschooling? How do you deal with that? So, I'm looking for maybe a couple points on introducing the person. I'm looking for a couple on how you persuade the person. You'll need to submit the PowerPoint to me by way of a Blackboard, but you can also post a link of it for you speaking on YouTube, and then just set it to private and send it over to me. So that way I'll have it. So I'll need that. Again, just to review for our first couple speeches, it is how-to speech. You will need an outline. I've got that up there. You won't do the how-to speech, which is an informative speech, until the next time we meet, which will be in November. And then the persuasive speech we'll do in December, which will be your last speech with me. Read your chapters on informative speaking. Read your chapters on selecting a topic and giving it a try. So read those chapters. That'll help you. You'll see under assignments, things about a how-to speech. Will be like, what's our rubrics? You'll do things. Another thing to mention when you're putting that together: avoid your vocal fillers. People have a tendency when they speak that they go You want a certain smooth tone. You also want to make sure that you make sure that it's early in the morning for me, but make sure that you speak well so people can see you. So be aware of that. Don't read from your cards. If you've ever had that boring professor, probably me, who you don't like listening to, make sure that you read to your, don't read on your cards. Look at me. Try to communicate with me. It's a little hard because some people are, especially me, I'm kind of ugly. You don't want to look at me, and that's okay. But you want to try to speak so people can at least look at you. And we'll go over this when I see you on Monday and Wednesday for eye contact stuff. I'm having a conference call on Sunday night for anybody who's got any questions. I won't do that on a regular basis, but I'll do that occasionally. It does cost long distance. So if you don't have free long distance, and on most phones and house phones now, they give you free long distance. Back in my day, 10,000 years ago, we had to pay for long distance. But these days you do not. But be aware of that. But join it at, I believe I said it. What time did I say? Hold on, let me look. From 10 to 10:30 on Sunday night. And the reason it's from 10 to 10:30 is, and we may not talk long, is because from 9 to 10 is Walking Dead. And trust me, The Walking Dead is crazy right now. And so truly, I love, and if I use this video again, this was season 5, I love Kung Fu Rick. And I love Kung Fu Carol. And it's just a bad, shut your mouth. So great. So anyway, that's the video. What's going on again. Hopefully you can hear me, and talk to you soon. See you soon.